What's with deep? Going deep. Chad and JT.
Oh, mama. What's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. Guys, before we begin, I want to remind you once again that we are brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped, thank you so much for keeping our trims pubed, for looking after that region and bringing it to the limelight and making sure people know that they need to groom. And when they groom, they hit up Manscaped and they get that Lawnmower 2.0 by using the code GODEEP at manscaped.com. You've worked with Manscaped before, right? Oh, yeah, you can throw those on.
I get to hear my beautiful voice. Yeah, they're great. Obviously I use the product sometimes. It's in my shower, but
Oh, nice.
Fun. They do fun stuff, man.
Yeah.
They get it.
So it's not just exclusive for dudes.
No, exactly. And that's how I think a lot of products are now too, when you're like, it's like the girl buys for the boyfriend and then you end up like using it too sometimes. I'm kind of all over the place, as you guys know, so I'll use the razor if it's around.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's a good endorsement. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys, first off, I'm with my compadre Jean Thomas. What up?
What up, Chad? Boom clap, Stokers.
And we are joined today by Anastasia Ashley. Welcome to the pod.
This is, I gotta say, I've been trying to coordinate, make this happen for like about a year.
Since our inception, I think. Yeah.
I think I heard about this even before it happened, and I was like, yo, I gotta talk story with you guys.
Well, it was in our, it's been in our domes for a while, and we just have been persistent to make it happen. So, and yeah, we met probably like a year and a month ago.
Yeah.
U.S. Open.
Yep. It was a good time, but obviously been a huge fan of what you guys do, promoting Stoke.
You're too kind.
Oh, thank you.
From OC, it's like, I get it.
Where are you from in OC?
St. Clemente.
Nice.
Yeah. So when I saw the original video, the message, what you guys were trying
Paul
to do.
Walker statue.
Yeah, what you guys were trying to do down there. Because growing up in St. Clemente, it was like this rumor, like, is Paul Walker from San Clemente? Did he go to the high school?
Mm-hmm.
Did he go to a party? I saw him surfing maybe uppers when I was like
you saw him surfing?
Yeah.
Did you ever surf with him?
Yeah, actually, when I was like a sophomore.
Oh, wow.
And this is like when he was famous.
Yeah.
And I remember being like a sophomore in high school, being like, oh my God, Paul Walker, there he is. And but then I had heard rumors, so I didn't know his actual connection or not connection to San Clemente.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, he needs a statue.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And like San Clemente is a place that I think it's kind of insane there's not more statues of famous people who's
Stoke legends.
Yeah, of San Clemente. Like there's like the Gadauskas, there's like Ryan Sheckler. Nobody has a statue.
They all froth too.
Yeah.
How was Paul in the water?
Like I remember he could kind of surf.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wasn't like a superstar shredder, but he was like on a smaller board. Probably what would be like, they didn't have these like fun shapes back then.
Yeah.
This is like vintage days. Don't want to date myself, but probably about 20 years ago. And he was on like a short board, but like a bigger one, and he could hang. Like he was like decent. Yeah. Like I remember being like, because when you see celebs surfing, it's kind of like, all right, everyone surfs.
Yeah.
But can hang surf, and San Clemente's no joke. It's real waves.
Yeah. Was it at Trestles?
It was at Uppers, actually. Okay. Upper Trestles, yeah.
Nice.
So
I've never surfed either.
You can live the lifestyle. You don't even need to surf
That's
anymore.
The thing. I still hang at the beach, though.
Yeah, get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
He gets tan.
I do get tan.
He loves the sun and volleyball and all things that come with it.
Yeah. And I like the general vibe at the beach, too.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
That's what I say. It's like everyone's always like, oh, like I want to surf. I want to do this. I said, go to the beach, catch a wave, get a beer, get a tan, enjoy your life.
Yeah. When did you start surfing?
I started surfing when I was about 4 or 5 years old. So really early on.
Your parents took you out?
No, actually, I just kind of always thought it was really cool. And
You thought it was cool at 4?
yeah, I like
Whoa.
knew. I was like, that's a vibe.
Yeah, didn't you like start on like a trash lid or
Yeah,
something?
like literally, like I started surfing in San Clemente, and then I actually moved to Hawaii when I was about 5,
Okay, so
6.
you were born in San Clemente, then you moved. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. And then I moved to Hawaii, and like I had like borrowed people's boards. Like I like would see kids down the beach, and I'd be like, "Hey, like, can I like borrow your board?" And they'd be like, "Sure." And then I found a board actually that was like an old pro surfer's broken, shitty, what have you board in the trash can. They threw it away. It was still a good board, decent. At least for me at the time, and then that's my first board. So
Cool.
until I got a sponsor, and
What island were you on?
Oahu. So this
Okay.
was like North Shore back.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What was your first sponsor?
Whew, that's a really good question that I never get asked. But my first sponsor was actually a local surf shop there called Tropical Rush
Oh, cool.
across from Surf and Sea. And yeah, I would get free boards. They had like an in-house shaper, and that was like a bit. I mean, boards even now when I get them for free is like a big deal. They're expensive.
Do Poky shops sponsor surfers?
No, but they should.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
What's the one? Sweet Fin?
Yeah, that's a great one. When you got sponsored, did you feel like different? Like when you went to school, you were like, yeah, I'm one of the sponsored people now.
100%.
Nice.
100%.
Do you
Like,
flex?
huh?
Do you flex it?
Yeah, it was like this thing where growing up between San Clemente and Hawaii and being around surf communities, and where like surfers were like the heroes. So it was like, oh, you just got a sponsor, like you're gonna be a pro surfer, or like at least you thought that at that time in your life, and you're like, yeah, okay, I've made it. I'm like sponsored.
Did your parents surf?
Not really. No, they athletic, but which is rare because a lot of people I know who are been professionals or ever competed, like they usually have like the surf dad, and
Right.
like
Especially if you start that young.
yeah, like I was a competitive swimmer as well, and so like they had like a swimming background, but never surfing. Like I think they probably would have pushed me in like tennis or something else if I.
Why did y'all move to Hawaii?
A little bit of a, like, I'd say kind of a random scenario. Like we went on vacation one year, liked it, and it was pretty cheap to live there at the time, not like now, and nice lifestyle.
Yeah,
They wanted to
nice.
move.
What was it like in the water? Because I know in the North Shore it's like pretty aggro, intense dudes, and so was it intimidating for you to go out there? And did you like have to like earn your spot, or were they pretty accepting straight at the bat?
I would say that most of, back in the day, like Hawaii, North Shore was like very much like you need to show respect, you need to earn your stripes, like, you need to wait your turn, like it. So yeah, I mean, definitely, like you had to put in the work and the hours to like get waves. Even I would say, like, there's definitely guys back then too who didn't like girl surfing, didn't really care if you're a girl, guy, whatever, you're not getting any
They
waves.
just didn't like people.
Yeah. And so like, yeah, it just, like I think it's one of those things, like I was lucky enough to grow up there, and a lot of the guys out in the lineup saw me, like from a little kid to even say now, like, so even when I go to Hawaii now, like I still don't get good wave, like I don't get the set waves at the best spots, but like
like pipe bombs.
no, I'm not like
second
paddling out the
reef.
back, and like
Yeah.
JOB and like Derek Ho aren't like letting me go.
Yeah.
But like if someone was the fall, or like maybe Rockies or Sunset, or depends though. I mean, everyone there nowadays is like there to get the clip, there to get the photo. So it's like people aren't really gonna give you the best wave because that could be like a clip or a photo for them, and I get that.
Were you as a kid? Were you like fearless as a kid? Like you were just like, all right, I'm going straight to pipeline.
A little bit. Like I definitely charged probably harder like in certain parts of my life than now per se, but like I definitely like as a kid, you don't have that fear. Like it,
Yeah.
like I was like, I have tons of scars all over my legs and body, like from skateboard. I used to skateboard pretty aggressively too, but now I'm like,
You get scared now?
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, when it's big. I don't imagine how someone wouldn't. It's terrifying.
yeah,
The
and
stakes are
especially
very
now
high.
too. It's like I don't want to like not to sound like into myself, but like I don't want to hit my face.
Oh, I relate to that.
Yeah, like even so, it's just like I don't want to hit my face. I don't want to blow out my knee. I don't want to like tear my arm out of my socket. Like these are all things that like as you get older, I'm like, oh, I want to like be able to play with my kids one day. I don't want to like destroy my body.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where I'm at, where it's like, yeah, like I'll surf like still pretty solid waves, but like I'm not really trying to like go to Waimea when it's like 20 feet, like when I used to do that like a couple years ago.
You surf that big a wave?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's going through your head when you paddle into one of those?
Holy shit. Don't fall.
Right.
You're actually like, you kind of black out because it's so much adrenaline, at least for me anyways, because I'm really scared. And you kind of black out and you're like, okay, I just got to like, it's kind of a crazy feeling though with the amount of adrenaline you feel. It's pretty cool. I see how people get addicted to that.
And when do you feel the pressure, especially in Hawaii, from like, like Jamie O'Brien or something? Like when you go, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, so that's actually the thing is like on some level, I'm happy that a lot of the guys maybe aren't, and I've actually been called into like solid waves that like maybe someone couldn't get or they could see it shifted, like swung wide or what have you. And basically like, yeah, when someone that's a guy out there calls you in and you don't go, you won't get called into another wave.
Right.
So you need to kind of go even if you're like not ready, and those situations are,
Yeah.
or they just kind of like lose respect, like, oh, okay, she's not gonna go.
Yeah, it's sort of like a gladiator arena. Sounds like out there.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean that's
you gotta, when you go out there, especially in Hawaii, it seems like you gotta like, you got, what's the word I'm looking for? You gotta like,
Earn your keep.
you gotta earn your keep. Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Like you're in like that arena. And sorry, the headphones just came out, so I just got discombobulated. But
you're not just like
yeah, I'm like, oh, there are the headphones. Okay, my thoughts are back.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you, thoughts.
This is like I said, guys. This is like legit.
Well, we got wood.
It's nice.
It's like a log cabin.
good
and
stuff.
a
You got
stove.
graphics.
And we got Aaron, dude.
Yeah, we
Aaron's
got-
a freaking beast.
I
Aaron-
mean, shout out Aaron.
Aaron, what's the biggest surf you would paddle into?
None. I'm terrified of sharks.
Sharks.
So let me
Yeah.
just tell you yesterday. So I was in San Clemente yesterday, and I'm blowing out the spot. So anyone listening, I surf a lot of North Beach. Okay,
Copy.
204s, where we should need a statue.
It's all Greek to me.
So basically, I'm like about to go. Someone DMs me a forwarded video, Capistrano Beach, 2 miles up the road, 3 great whites,
Wow.
drone shots from like an hour before. And I'm like, seriously? Like, all I want to do is surf. And like, it's like that weird feeling though. And I'm with you, Aaron, on the shark thing. Like, I'm terrified of sharks.
So you didn't go
They're
out.
scary.
No, it wasn't that good either.
Do you feel like sharks are like dogs in a way, so it's like if you are scared of them, they're gonna like, I'm gonna get that guy. Whereas if you're like, hey, what's up, dudes?
Yeah, I mean, we all know the reality of like getting bit. It's like sharks are, it's, you're in their territory. They're pretty safe for the most part, but it's one of those things. It's like, the waves are not that good today. Do I really need,
Mhm.
It's still in the back of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
But-
just doing the math.
Yeah.
You're like, is it worth it? If the waves are bad and there's sharks, what's the upside?
Like, I'm
Yeah.
like,
Just to prove
I'll
I'm
surf.
not afraid of sharks.
Yeah, like I'll surf tomorrow. It's just
Yeah.
like, it was like late in the day and I was like, okay.
And it's
like-
their living room.
Yeah,
Like, you're
That's
in their
true.
house.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
I look at it too. Like, anything that happens is like, well, you're going in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ian Edwards has that great joke about shark attacks where it's like you're in the shower, like you're going into their house and it's like you're in the shower and it's like, or he's like, Well, you're going in the ocean. That's their house. It's not like you're in the shower and a shark comes in. What's up, playa? Shark attack time.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of that drink?
Okay. So also saying this is how legit and like you guys are doing good here. This is like I've heard of this so much. It's like an LA thing, Erewhon.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. But this is like when I walked in, I was like, "Ooh, you guys got me Erewhon."
It's grossly overpriced.
But it's phenomenal.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. Good.
I get it. It's
Yeah.
blue. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's
E3 Trictolitis, live E3 blue. I really think that's what they say.
okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that stuff is, but
It's just like a blue drink.
it's a blue drink. Yeah.
Almond milk with blue.
It's solid.
It's like in Vegas Vacation when Randy Quaid's like, I'll have some of the blue, and some of the yellow.
Yeah, that food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pretend it's the stuff from the Star Wars cantina.
Oh, you dog.
Nice.
Good call.
By the way,
Aaron.
I love his voice.
He's in Tatooine right now.
He comes
Yeah.
he comes in.
I don't think it's on that planet, but sorry, Star Wars guys.
He's the voice of reason on the pod.
And on other pods, too.
I was
Yeah.
going to say many pots.
He has a great voice. I'm like, who is this man?
Aaron's getting cocky.
Yeah.
Smooth. What were we talking about? Talking about sharks. Oh yeah, we tried to get some guys. We got some shark experts to try and sign a truce
Okay.
that we wrote up between shark and man, but nobody would like take it seriously and sign it. So unfortunately, we weren't able to broker the peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people, you gotta like.
But I think there could be a day.
There could be a day.
Yeah.
I mean, it could happen. It happens now. I mean, there's people. I mean, I see people free diving with great white. I mean, it's what people are doing in the shark world is pretty amazing.
Yeah. Do you have friends in that world?
Little bit. I know some people, but for me, I don't know if I'm there yet.
Right. Yeah.
Not for me.
Yeah.
It's tough to break the ice.
You seem pragmatic.
Yeah. That's like a big step, I think.
So,
Sip it up.
did you leave high school to surf?
Yeah, I'm actually a high school dropout.
That's pretty wild.
Were
Were your parents cool with that?
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, and I say that this is an interesting thing because I dropped out the last semester of high school. And up until then, though, I was a 4.0 student. I was phenomenal. But it got to a point where I was going to be pushing on how many days you could you could miss, basically, and not where they would automatically fail you. And I was like, look, do I want to go to France? Do I want to go to Hawaii? I think I was going to Hawaii for like Triple Crown, North Shore. And it was like, not to say whatever, but I'm like, hey, I have people paying me to go surf right now. I'm 17 years old. I wasn't making a ton of money, but enough to like live on my own at that time.
And you gotta travel.
And I got to travel and I was like doing great. So I was like, yeah, I don't know if school's for me at the moment. So, maybe one day I go back, I get the GED, but to just finish it out. But I literally like started traveling and competing really heavily like in high school.
So you're competing against adults.
Yeah, I was like doing like QS or whatever it's called now. Yeah, QS is back then. But
Was that like, were they competitive with you? Like, did they,
oh yeah, they hated me.
because they thought you were like this young hotshot?
Yeah, they were like, oh, this little brat. So
What's it like in competition? Like, did you like freeze up, or are you able to adapt easily?
I've gone through phases. Like I would probably say when I was like 17, 18, I was like probably at my peak a little bit. I hate saying that because I'm like, oh, but yeah, like I've struggled with things competing, like my nerves being number one. Like
Yeah.
it
seems like with surfing too, because you have to work with nature and waves.
yeah,
It's not like you have like a half pipe or something where you can just drop in. It's like there's like the added pressure of like waiting for the right waves and stuff, and like it just seems so. I've never competed, but it just seems so difficult.
it is. It's like it's a big mental game. Like
Yeah.
you look at a guy like Kelly. There's a reason why he's like, Kelly Slater is still arguably one of the best, if not the best, surfers because he can hang mentally.
Yeah.
He knows what it takes to win. He knows he can be down in a final 25 minutes left. 2 minutes left, and have it be like, he needs 2 9s. He's comboed, and he can sit there and pull them both out of his rabbit hat. But the thing is that most people, even though like talent wise say you're comboed, 2 minutes left, you need these scores, they mentally can't just lose it.
Yeah.
They can't handle the pressure. They fall, and you see that a lot. And then you see like some guys like Kelly, and like, there's really, it's interesting seeing how people compete and the different levels of the mental aspect to it.
He seems to be able to just like call upon the waves. You know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
Poseidon, bring these.
Yeah,
I'm comboed right now.
I think he does something. I don't know.
Yeah.
He has some like side deal going on. I mean,
Well, I saw in the documentary Flying the Champagne where Andy Irons is like, he's read War and Peace. I know it. Or no, he's read The Art of War. He's like, he's read The Art of War. He'll act like he doesn't, but I fucking know it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
he's got he's able to just like fuck with your head too. And
Yeah.
he's like, he has that patience, but he also has that ability to intimidate the other competitor. And,
Which is huge.
yeah.
Like that's the thing is like, I think some people could have been scared of me in a good way.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I wouldn't make eye contact with people.
Oh, nice.
I would go like, a lot of people, when I got a little older and less serious about competing, I wouldn't be down at the contest. Like, I wouldn't be acting all like a dick. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, whatever. But I remember when I was like really in it, being like, people like other competitors, people like, hey, what's up? I'd be like, sup. Like,
Right.
I like,
You're not here to make friends.
yeah, not
Yeah.
exactly. And it's limited. There's limited money, limited sponsors, limited stuff. Like, if I want you to be a friend, I'll hang out with you, not at the surf contest.
Did you have other tactics to intimidate them? Like paddle battling or any of that stuff?
Yeah, like, I think really it was like the no eye contact. And just like, I would kind of like look up like through them. Like, if someone tried to talk to me or like said something, I would just like stealth.
Did you get some W's?
Yeah.
What does it feel like when you win?
I got to pee real quick.
When I win, oh, amazing. That's the best part about competing is winning, not the losing, but you have to take it both.
How did it feel when you lost? Would you take it to heart?
Oh, yeah, I would cry. I would like
It's probably good though, right?
to cry.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Maybe not. I feel like
Like
it's
you
good
get
'cause
it out, but like
Yeah, it's cathartic and it shows you care.
yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I see people now like when they lose, say like even like a world title or something, and I'm like, dude, I know they just want to go home and like cry.
Yeah, that's always the roughest part of like the Super Bowl when like you see the team win. And
Yeah.
almost no matter who wins, you're pretty excited for them. I mean, I hate the Patriots, but
Yeah.
so I don't get too excited for them. But then they cut to the losing players, and you have to watch them like walk hangdog into,
Yeah.
into the locker room.
Oh, that's brutal.
As everyone's celebrating around them.
Yeah, it's like, yay, you won, and it's like losers.
Yeah. So what's your primary like occupation now?
Yeah, that's a good question. I ask myself that every day.
Really? Yeah,
No.
me too. I ask myself the same thing.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so I mean, I competed for over 20 years. Sounds crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I, surfed competing, so professional surfer. I don't necessarily compete anymore. I occasionally will do like a couple events or whatever. So, my day-to-day is a bit interesting though. I don't surf, say, every day like I used to, but I do a lot of fun opportunities now, like all based around surfing. Even though I'm not putting on a jersey, I get to like travel, make surf videos, do photos, work with brands.
You're kind of like a social media ambassador for
Yeah,
surf.
it's interesting because like my job has been the same for 15 years. I just now have my own platform.
Right.
So like back in the day, like I used to like call up surfing magazine and be like, hey, post my video. Hey, post my video. You're going to post my video? And they'd be like, no. And I'd be like, okay, no one's going to see this video. I edited, like I was doing like making my own videos like even back 2008, 2008, 2007. And now it's like really nice because I can just do it for social media. But back in the day, it was like a struggle. But to answer your question, this is a long answer, but professional surfer, personality. I do modeling sometimes.
Yeah, it's sort of like you were, which I think was smart, is you were able to transition, because I feel like pro surfer, that it's like there's a shelf life.
Yeah.
So you're able to transition to like lifestyle ambassador.
Can I just use what you just said? I'm a lifestyle ambassador.
Put that in your bio.
Yeah, lifestyle ambassador. I'll do a quote and I'll put you in my bio.
Because you're always in like these cool, like Tahiti, Hawaii.
Yeah, I mean that's
Bali.
That's what it's about. I'm trying to be everywhere awesome that has waves. And
how do you decide what you put out?
That's a good question. I used to be a bit more, and I go back and forth like anyone, like,
of course.
Oh, am I going to post a selfie? Oh, am I going to post a surf video? Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I used to get kind of caught up because I would be like, oh, I don't have that like many good, like surf clips that I feel good or photos or something. So like, a lot of people be like, oh, you're not like posting good. You're not posting surf stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't have like solid stuff I feel good about.
That's how I am with stand-up. I
Yeah.
mean, I've done it on a smaller scale than you with surfing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I take it so serious. I'm
Right.
like, I don't want to post a clip if I don't think it's like perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, it's easy to get caught like not posting anything of
Yeah.
like, because you're
Being
like critical of
gun-shy.
yourself. Yeah. But it really depends. Like, it depends what I'm doing, who I'm with. If I have someone taking pictures of me, like I do a lot of stuff that I wish I'm like, oh, I wish I had a photographer. I wish I was a friend, but I'm alone a lot of times. So it's like, I'll be traveling somewhere. Maybe like I have a job somewhere. I'm shooting something in a couple days. And I'm like, frick, like I have no one to take a picture of me. So then nothing gets posted. But I mean, it's really kind of like, I don't have a strategy. I don't have like a content plan. It's smart too, like whatever. But I just like kind of post on the internet what I'm usually doing at the time. Maybe a couple throwbacks, but I'll post pictures when I'm like on the couch not doing anything, and I'll be like, oh, here I am at the beach. That was like 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Are you introverted?
No, I'm just like solo. Like I'm pretty extroverted. Like when I'm out bopping around, I do my thing. But again, my day to day is not necessarily being around people. So it's like, I'll just do things alone. I go to work out alone. I go to gym alone.
How many times have you flown this month?
Not too much actually. Or I was in Japan like
That's cool.
3 weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing anything in Japan, like whatever. But yeah, I went to Japan not too long ago. It was awesome.
They have good waves there, right?
Yeah, and I actually went and surfed this like fake. I say fake. It's I went and surfed this mini wave pool. It's called City Wave, and it's basically a
I think I saw that video.
Yeah, standing wave, and it was cool. I was surfing literally in the middle of Tokyo,
That's cool.
which is, who can say they do that?
Yeah.
And I was like, I had an opportunity to go there and do that, and I was like, perfect. Now I'm in Japan for a week.
Yeah. Have you surfed Kelly's wave?
I have, yeah.
How was that? Was it intimidating?
It was, and he was there too. So it's
He's
like,
watched. The king was on his throne.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, I don't want to fall. That wave is super easy though to fall on.
Yeah, it looks like.
Like it's funny because people are like, oh, it's the perfect wave. It's like, is a really perfect wave, but it's a perfect wave pool wave. It's not like any other wave when you're out in the ocean. It's like the way the machine works and how you kind of have to readjust your surfing. And also, like, I think probably your boards might be a little different working out there because you're not in salt water. It might be a saltwater pool. I don't know. These are things that are kind of mysterious to me.
Are you
Go ahead.
No, please.
No, you go.
You, my dog.
My dog. Yeah, it seems like so intimidating. Like people are like, you got to go to the wave pool, and I'm like, I don't really want to go out there. Like honestly,
And fall.
Yeah, I mean, there's a train coming that's making the wave, and there's people watching.
There's people screaming at you at the jet. There's literally people screaming at you on the jet ski.
Yeah.
If you go get Raymana to drive you, he's
Oh, yeah.
yelling at you the whole time. He's the best driver though.
Yeah.
Like
What's the driver?
the jet ski driver.
Oh, so you get pulled into that wave?
No, but they track you. So you paddle in, the machine comes, you paddle in, and then they have a jet ski in the pool. It's the craziest thing. Someone to coach you. Yeah, it's because it's very easy to mess up the wave. Like you kind of look at it and you're like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? And so like if you have one of the guys, like if it's Raymana or like one of the other surf guides out there, surf coaches that go on the jet ski, and that's something when I went out there too, I didn't realize. I was like, oh, okay, but they're yelling at you. Squat, get lower, stay higher. So you're on the wave. You're like the machine. There's people swimming around. There's people trying to take photos, and then the jet ski is like probably about 5 feet away, tracking you, yelling at you the whole time.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Are you friends with Kelly?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is he cool?
Yeah, he's super cool. I mean, I grew up with his girlfriend in San Clemente. Actually, went to high school together.
Did you go to San Clemente High?
I did before I dropped out.
Tritons?
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, they were rival high schools. Not
Yeah.
really. Yeah. I went to SM and then J. Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I knew some people we had this conversation before.
Oh, we have?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I'm circling the wagons again.
No, you're good.
Do we know any of the same people?
No, because I'm older than you.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I would know, like,
I ran with an older crowd, though. Not really, but.
you were like the freshman hanging out with like seniors.
I'd get a lift sometimes from some older guys.
Yeah, me too.
My parents would never pick me up from anywhere. They just tell me to get a ride.
I remember that too. Like, I was always like walking.
Really?
Yeah, like, but also you think there was no cell phones either. So it was like, or actually you had cell phones.
No, I didn't.
I just dated myself. I'm like,
I was a holdout. I didn't get a cell phone. So like,
oh, you were one of those
'cause
kids.
I just didn't want to be found. I didn't want people to know where I was at. So my
I like
dad
that.
used to have to call my friends and be like, "Hey, are you with JT?" And then my buddy would be like, "Hey, dude, it's your dad." And I'd be like, "What's up, Dad?"
Yeah, I look at JT's phone. I'm like the complete opposite with this stuff. You know, like
yeah.
I look at his phone and it's like 300 text messages.
Oh, are you one
40,000 emails, and I'm like,
you're one of those?
It
Yeah.
makes my head explode.
Oh, I hate that. That's like one of my pet peeves. Like people who leave, like.
I just don't understand.
But then it's also like these
Did you-
300 texts that you're not opening. And mind you, I shouldn't be like calling you out because I do
No, go
ignore
for it.
texts all the time. But like, are they like people you don't like?
No, I love everyone who texts me.
But then what? You just don't open it?
All right, this sounds like a cheap rationalization, but if I'm gonna respond, I'm gonna go. Most of the time, it's a question that has a lot of threads to it. So if I'm gonna respond, I'm going all in. We're gonna talk for another 15 minutes with each one of these people.
Oh, so you get engaged with the
yeah.
messages.
So I gotta pull back and just let it float by sometimes.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's good restraint.
yeah. But then I circle back. You know, I always come around and I pick up the thread that I let sit for a little bit.
The
Yeah.
email thing, I could see happening, even though that would bug me, looking and being like, oh, there's thousands of emails on my phone, because there could be spam, there could be like companies, like whatever, but the text is like such a personal thing. It's like anyone who's texting me, I'm like gonna text them back.
I think that's great.
I mean, I don't get lengthy on the text, so I'll just like heart it.
Yeah. Oh, I do a lot of that now. I mean, that was revolutionary when the hearts and the thumbs up and the
Yeah.
exclamation points came
It'd be
in.
funny if you just start some thumbs downing everyone.
Because you never know if you're supposed to respond to the last text message that someone sends you. Like with Chad and I, we text all day. So it's like, we'll send it and it can just be hanging there. So you can come back and say sweet to his sweet.
Yeah.
But then you're like, do I need to do that? And then now you can just throw the thumbs up on it.
But that's true. Like when someone says sweet, like
Do you say sweet back?
cool,
Yeah.
or like, yeah, the thumbs up or the heart.
Yeah, it's nice.
But the heart
It's like a
can-
half text.
The heart can also be kind of like, or the liking. I don't know if that's called a hearting or liking the text, but like
I heart everything.
it could also be like passive aggressive.
You have to. I feel like that's a new thing that we have to like be aware of. You know, when
Yeah, because it's like,
sometimes when people like it, I'm like,
but then
you're
they
like-
don't respond.
you're like, I like this.
No, when I heart it, I'm hearting it.
Like you love it.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a sincere.
Yeah, I'm sincere. I'm like, I fucking love what you just said right there.
You're
Yeah.
like, boom, like,
yeah,
yeah.
I heart that.
I
Yeah.
like the emphasized
Yeah.
one where you know
Oh,
the exclamation
yeah.
points where you're like, yes.
If I'm excited, I throw that
See,
one on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I like that one too. But the thing is, like, yeah, if someone like maybe hearts it, likes it, whatever we're calling it, but then doesn't respond, it's like I can see how that can be a little passive aggressive.
Oh man, I don't mean it that way.
No,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of stuff now. It's like
Yeah, I don't think it comes across that way.
Okay, good.
he's like they're like hearty. He's like, yeah.
I'm gonna go through my text and de-heart stuff.
I want to
think-
go through your text messages right now and be like, if you have like, let's see your bubble.
I think it's like if your mom says,
Oh no, how many? No. Look at the. Wait, you got it.
48.
I think it's like if your mom says,
Who are these 48? But they could be actually like 5
Some
messages.
groups. It's some group text too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just
Yeah.
put those on silent.
Oh, so those don't even register. Those don't even get.
I think
tallied?
they do, but I mean, you're essentially doing that too. You're not responding.
I think with the heart thing, if it's like your mom says, I love you, and you give her a thumbs up,
Oh yeah.
that's the bad move.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
You're
not
like-
cool.
You're like, nice,
Yeah.
mom.
That's like harsh.
Yeah, mom. I figured. I
Yeah.
gotta keep it moving though.
Thanks, mom.
I was wondering. So how's like you're a high profile person on social media. How's the relationship with the audience?
I mean, I think it's good. I again, like I do a lot of things on my own. I travel, I do things. So it's like, it's cool when I actually meet people in real life
Right.
that like follow me or like get amped on what I'm doing. Cause I'm like, yeah, I'm usually alone. So if you see me, like come say what up. But
That's cool.
yeah, it's cool.
And then you have a beautiful engagement ring.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
know. Like this is
congrats.
new.
Yeah,
haven't seen it.
when you got engaged, what was it like?
I got like June, almost 2 months ago.
Whoa, congrats!
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
We met actually through mutual friends, and he's from California randomly, and we were out in Florida, and just kind of naturally happened.
Yeah.
What does he do?
He's a doctor, actually.
Oh, cool.
Oh, what kind of doctor?
Surgeon.
What
He-
kind?
He does right now general surgery, but he's going into vascular.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so he right now does all the fun like stabbings, gunshots, car accidents.
Wow.
You never, if you see him, you're having the worst day of your life.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And vascular too. He's got to work. He probably uses microscopes, right?
he actually
Like stitching together veins and stuff.
yeah, he actually has these really cool like goggle things with magnifying, like it looks like Inspector Gadget type of thing. That it's they're called loops, but all the doctors use them, but they're pretty funny looking.
Interesting.
But you can see like 1,000 times, so like everything is magnified.
So he's got to deal with death a lot.
Oh yeah.
How's he handle that?
I mean, I think anyone in that field, you know what you're signing up for. But I mean, I think the best way that I look at it, I know a lot of people in that field look at it, himself included, is people are coming into you already either, at least in his specialty, like, people are coming in from a car accident. People are coming in from a stabbing. Like, these people are walking dead, basically. So you're giving them a chance at life.
Right.
If they can't be saved, and, that would have been the outcome.
That die was already cast.
Right. Like, that would have been the outcome if they hadn't gone to a hospital.
Right.
Is he able to
Smart.
like disconnect, or does he sometimes like bring his work home kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think like a lot of people, himself and I keep referencing a lot of people in the medical field. It's like, people do their best to disconnect, but it's a crazy job. I mean,
Yeah.
you could be on call doing a surgery and then an hour later having to go to a birthday party,
Yeah.
after work. And it's like, a lot of people can,
And
it's
Rick's
just
like,
another
how
day.
was your day? And you're like, I watched a man die.
Yeah.
then you're like-
Yeah. And it's an interesting, that makes I'll say this: for how was your day at work is always a very interesting conversation
Dicey.
when people ask that, and you're like, I can tell he's like, oh, do you really want to know?
Right.
Yeah, my dad's a doctor too, so he has hand surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But he deals with traumatic injuries as well. So
People cutting off their hands.
yeah, and he's so desensitized to it. Like, yeah, he's like, yeah, this guy stuck his hand in a lawnmower. There's one instance where like some lady, she got bit by a dog, and then someone stabbed it with a sword. Very interesting stories.
I mean,
But-
the stories are. It's like how it's all the things that you think could maybe
crazy.
happen.
Yeah,
They see.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and
Like-
they see they see everything, and he's so desensitized. He'll show me photos. He's like, well, I was working on this today, and it's just these mangled, like, he does like orthopedic as well.
Yeah.
But he's also like, you know, he's similar to your fiance.
He goes by Abe or
Abe.
Abrahamster.
Abraham.
Yeah. Stir.
Hamster.
Stir.
Yeah, he works in he does sort of vascular stuff too. So he's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
stitched together this nerve. It took me like 6 hours, and you can't even see it. I'm like, damn,
That's crazy.
he's got steady hands.
I mean, so did he ever push you to go into the medical field then?
Yeah, I mean, he pushed me to be an ER doctor. He's like, you should do ER doctor, because I was going to high school in Santa Cruz or college in I was in Santa Clara. I'm sorry, and he's like, this is what you need to do. You need to be an ER doctor, so you have 2 48-hour shifts, and the rest of the week you can surf in Santa Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Not a bad life.
yeah, and then
That's what my buddy Tom's doing.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
yeah, and then after a while he's like, all right, we know you can't be a doctor.
You
You're
didn't
go- you're-
score well enough?
I was just, you know, I was drinking Four Loko,
Yeah.
and he's like, all right, you're gonna be a dentist. They have a great lifestyle.
It's like,
you know, be a dentist. And I'm like, Dad, I'm an ambassador of Stoke.
yeah. So what was that conversation like?
He actually encouraged me to go into entertainment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because in like senior year, I was like, I'm gonna go be a producer. Like I had any idea what that meant. You know, just
Sounds
I'll-
cool.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll be a producer. Like, you know, I didn't know anything. And he's like, I think you should go into performing. And then once because that's what I always really wanted to do. I'm the youngest of 5, so, and they're successful. So like, I never really had like I was like, am I gonna be the one that like goes into like the riskiest field? But once I got the green light from him, I was like all in. I was like, oh, this is my passion now.
Yeah, that's awesome. though.
Yeah. So it was all, he's like, yeah, I'm like, oh, Stoke? Yeah, I can do that. So,
Ambassador of Stoke.
yeah.
I mean,
First of his kind.
I would say, I think if, you know, a couple years ago, if people said that, they would be like, you know, even probably then, people were like, what? Now it's like, I don't know, what you guys
mean,
do, what a lot of people do. It's like-
Zuckerberg probably sounded crazy when he invented Facebook too.
yeah.
I mean, this is all uncharted territory.
Yeah.
You know, Stoke.
I mean, like I
Facebook,
said, I'm here in Burbank drinking
Tesla.
Erewhon, and I mean, you guys are doing great.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm like, this is good. I keep saying that, but I'm like,
What-
you know, Dad, I get to go to Erewhon. That's like,
Right. I
you made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think's like the biggest misconception about being a lifestyle ambassador?
I'd say that like you probably aren't on your computer or on your phone checking your emails, checking your text messages. But I think a lot of, you know, like it's still like if you work, and I see this too with a lot of freelancers and even surfers, like, I mean, it's like you still gotta like run that part of the business. I think there's a lot of people who are like, oh, especially for me, you know, oh, you're at this place. Like, I think a lot of people show the more glamorous parts of the job, which is everyone. No one's posting like, oh, you know, the worser things.
Yeah.
But I think there's maybe a misconception that like, oh, everything just happens for people.
Right.
Like, I never thought that. Like, I don't really think things are accidents. Like, you know, like people get discovered or people just, even good surfers. It's like there's tons of good surfers that like never could get sponsored. And not to say there's a lot of great surfers even now that don't have sponsors that deserve sponsors, but they got to run that part of the business. They got to like hustle. They got to meet people. They got to get the sponsorship.
Right. Send their clips to Surfer Magazine. To get,
yeah, like they got to bother people. And I think even.
Yeah, you got to bother people.
Yeah.
I think that's something I've really learned is that like if you want people to notice you, you have to bother them. And I think people get worried that if they bother people, they won't like them. But they really don't care.
And I think like even myself, like I'll talk to people and like they'll be like, yeah, let's work together. Let's do something. And I'm like, yeah. And then like I get distracted and like forget, maybe I open their text, read it, don't text them back. I don't know if what's worse, leaving the text unopened. But it's like if someone keeps like hitting me up like, oh, like following up, it's like, oh, yeah. Like, instead of like, I don't find that annoying at all, especially if I'm already talking or engaging with you. Like,
and they got to be thinking about you.
Yeah. Like it puts them top of the head. Because again, like I think if you're in a position where maybe you're not in a traditional field, area or something, it's like you don't work on a traditional schedule. And that's to answer your question too, like people thinking maybe like, you're not really working, going in office 9 to 5, but sometimes I'll be, even for myself, I'll be on the computer from like 5 p.m. to 2 in the morning, you know?
And with all the stuff with the internet, it's like, it's cool how it's sort of like a double-edged sword because it gives sort of pretty much everyone the opportunity to make their presence known, to like build up a following. But then at the same time, it's not like the old days where you just get like an agent or something, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to make you a star or whatever. It's like you got to be your own producer, own publicist. Which you got to create that for yourself.
Which I think is great because I think back in the old days, I really do think in certain industries, whether it be entertainment, music, I'm sure a lot of things too. It was really like there's gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Really, like, and I think now the internet, and even for corporation businesses too, the internet's kind of opened the playing field.
Yeah, it's democratized it a little bit.
Yeah, which is cool because it's like, it's like if anyone can make a video and make a website now, figure out how to make a product, and you can start your own business. You can start, doing entertainment. You can start doing music. You can start doing all these things and be successful. That wasn't reality back in the day.
Yeah.
You had to meet the right agent. You had to meet the right person. Otherwise, good luck.
Yeah.
What do you think about the state of the world?
Man, I can't answer that. I say the world right now. I'm drinking an Erewhon blue drink. I'm in Burbank. It's a beautiful day. I'm about to probably go to Erewhon after this and get some food, test out the food.
Nice.
State of the world, state of my world today is great. The rest, I don't know. I can't really comment properly on that, but it's a crazy world we live in.
I like that perspective of just like, well, things are good right here, so.
I mean, again, not saying that things aren't good.
There are people, not to like discount what other people are going through, but I think it's
you can do both.
It's tough to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders all the
I'm
time.
not trying to do that, especially right now.
Yeah, I think it's a balance.
I have not decided to go into politics just yet.
Yeah, it's a balance. Yeah.
Again, state of the world, anything's possible.
I think about it sometimes, but I've done so many awful things, not awful things, but embarrassing things that I just know if I ran for something, I'd be ensuring that all that stuff came out and had maximum humiliation attached
like for
to
me,
it.
Everything about me is all on the internet. So I'm like,
you feel transparent.
Yeah, I'm like, here I am.
Is there stuff you don't share with your audience though that like you want to?
I would say, I that's a really good question because I am pretty transparent. However, like, I don't really share my bad days. Like, I'm not, because I want to share what you guys share, the stoke. Like being positive. Like, I am a very positive person. And so, like, if I got a ticket and, got pulled over in LA and rear-ended someone, I'm probably not going to post about that. But if I'm going to go surfing after and be at the beach, like I'm not trying to take pictures of non-good situations also, you know, or like video necessarily. Like today, like I'm going to post what I'm doing because this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Got my arrow on, got Chad, got JT. This is a great day, but you know, after this, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'd say like I don't really show my bad days, but maybe people want to see my bad days.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just like knowing you have bad days.
Yeah, I do have bad days.
And I mean, for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree. Like, now that I've been doing it a little bit, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I need to tell people about all the bad stuff. And maybe I need some more time to digest the bad stuff before I talk about it.
Yeah, also,
So
too,
it's
when
not
you're...
so, like, burning.
Yeah, because also, too, it's like... I feel like the not as positive things in your day, you're usually not probably, like, taking pictures or videos, or, like, unless you...
Yeah, that'd be a funny video. You're like, I'm getting a ticket right now.
Like, yeah, like, this is my Instagram day, and it's like, oh, like, my trash fell over, you know? Like, here, you know, I got a ticket. I got, like, you know, all the things
I
that
haven't
people...
moved from the couch in 6 hours.
So, literally, yeah, like, you know, and I would say, like, I should show maybe more of that, because there's days I don't move from the couch for 6 hours. Like, you know, but... Again, it's like, but then if I go outside after that.
Can I ask you something? Is it hard to get so much male attention?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I think it's like, you know, that's a good question in terms of like wanting of what I want to post or not post. Like me posting a picture in a bikini looking pretty on the beach is going to get a lot more likes than me posting a picture with like my fiance or me posting a picture of my cat.
Right.
You know, and like I'd probably say one thing I don't share enough like is like posting pictures of my cat. I have, if you look at my phone, it's like literally thousands of pictures of my cat. Again, I'm not naive to think people follow me to see my cat.
Well, then you're more self-aware than like, I mean, so many people post photos of their animals. Like Joe Rogan posts photos of his dog every day.
Maybe
That's the most beautiful dog.
But I
though.
think Marshall's special.
Marshall's the one dog. I'll look at Marshall all day.
And I have friends who only post photos of their dogs and cats. And
Which
it makes me think they're a little weird sometimes. But because I don't have a pet, so I don't understand that.
You're not like a pet guy.
I think I am. I'm not in a position right now to do a good job taking care of one. So I have 48 unread text messages.
I mean,
but
we got to work on this.
I don't understand that bond. But I think if I did have a dog, I'd probably end up.
But I'm also like, you know, these photos I take, like, yeah, I do share some. I'm not just, you know, no cat photos ever. But it's like, you know, oh, there's my cat sleeping. There's my cat sleeping in a ball. There's my cat sleeping on his back. There's my cat eating. It's, you know, it's like, it does. If I shared every day how many photos I took of my cat, people would think I was like a crazy cat lady. Maybe I am. That's what I just don't show.
I do understand the impulse though, because when I like JT, whenever I see photos of like only their dog, I'm like, you know, do you know, whatever.
Yeah, and you're like, what the hell is your life?
But then when I go see like my mom's dog, the golden retriever, I'm like, I want to do like a photo session with this dog all day.
Yeah.
It's like there's especially golden retrievers. You just want to.
So cute.
There is something inherently about avocado toast that makes you want to photograph it.
Right.
100%.
What's of all the places you travel to? Which place has the best food?
Ooh, good question. Southern California. I mean, again, not saying traveling. Southern California is some of the best Mexican.
Yeah, that's what made me think of it.
And Asian food. I mean, which are my two favorite food. Japan actually had amazing food. I was really blown away, and I'm like, oh, I love Hawaiian food, so Hawaii's great too. But overall, I'd say California is like pretty solid.
Oh, that's good
Southern
to know.
California, like Mexican. I mean, best tacos, burritos, Pedro's. I mean,
Oh yeah, I got a T-shirt from there. Yeah, bright green. I love it.
I mean,
I don't really remember the food that well.
it's not the most high-end food, but
Better than Los Gal?
it's solid.
All right.
It's like the best post-serve, pre-serve meal. Pedro's.
Pedro's good.
You guys got to get a Pedro's deal.
I had a subpar fish taco last night.
Where from?
That kept me in the dark for days. Public school.
Yeah, I think I know that place.
You know public school?
Yeah.
Yeah, where is
It's in
that?
Culver City.
That sounds so trendy.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, it was trendy and it was not authentic. That
Yeah,
was-
see, I like street tacos. Like, I want the guy
Yeah.
with the cart.
Yeah.
I want the al pastor. I want,
The Molitas.
yeah, like I want I want authentic. Like someone called public school fish taco. I mean, what were you thinking?
Yeah, that that's a good point. I
Like-
should have gotten the Reuben. You're right.
Like, that's why I'm like, where did you go? You're in Southern California. Public school sounds like, I was like, you're at a public school? Like, what?
That serves mimosas.
Yeah. How is the mimosa though?
Oh, I'm not drinking for at the moment. I'm doing like a 6 month. The Stokers are joining in on it too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that. I saw that.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah. So, but
Okay.
where are you in that now?
I'm about 3.5 weeks in.
Damn. So we
Yeah.
can't go have a mimosa right now.
Unfortunately, I can watch.
Okay.
You guys drink mimosas.
So
I
I
6
don't really
months.
drink mimosas that much.
You don't?
I do it once in a
That's
while.
kind of like another
Yeah.
basic thing. It's like you would do your avocado toast, mimosa next to it.
I do love mimosas.
Do you party a lot?
Yeah, I drink. Yeah, recreationally.
When you were on tour, were you like,
No.
you were just dialed in? You were just
I was
like,
like pretty serious. Like I always would like to have like a beer or something or like one drink, but no. Like now that I don't compete, I'll like go out with my friends or like go to dinner. Like I love cocktails. I love all that stuff. So
for sure.
who doesn't?
Yeah.
I don't like cocktails that much.
You don't?
Yeah, not too. I'm sorry, I'm always contrarian, but like,
But you like these like fancy blue drinks.
I like beer and wine, and I like shots,
Okay.
but I don't like mixed drinks. My brother's always
Trying to
like,
keep the calories down or what?
it's that, and it's also I just don't like the taste of alcohol. I just like being drunk, so so I'm not gonna sip something for pleasure. I'm just gonna drink something to get me where I want to go.
Utilitarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
Whenever
thank you.
Whenever I see vodka, whenever I order vodka soda, it's sort of like a burden. I'm like, I have to taste the vodka.
Yeah.
But I have to that's why I just chug it down. But I do love mimosas because it's like you can just open it up and especially bottomless, you can just dive in.
Keep going.
And get in that bubbly world.
Go deep.
I miss
Go
raging a
deep.
little bit though. I haven't been raging.
You're missing it now?
Is it
haven't
because
raged-
he's I mean so it's 6 months and you got people doing it. It makes it easier when people do it with you, right?
Yeah, accountability is legit. I've really been enjoying it actually. I've been like in love with learning. Amped on learning, I want to learn French.
And he's really fun.
Damn.
He's really fun when he's sober. So it's like,
Oh, thanks.
it's not.
Yeah,
like a
I was
speed
like, you're
bump.
not. There's no difference. Like,
Yeah, people say when I'm drunk, although I think maybe I was a little more introverted in college, so that's why I would drink more, and I would be like, wild and crazy, and people are like, oh, you're so like fun last night. But then now when I drink, people are like, you're the same, you're just a little bit dumber,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that's good to know. But yeah, now I'm taking on, I'm learning. I like sobriety a lot. I'm learning a lot.
I'm
stuff.
into it. I mean, that's the thing. I think there's a time and place for everything.
For sure.
And, for me, like, if I have a couple drinks at dinner, I still get up early, go to the gym, do whatever I need to do. It's not good to excessively drink, everyone.
Yeah. Our buddy Nick, I was telling him about that. He's like, how's it going? I'm like, I'm just amped on learning right now, like I'm gonna learn a bunch of languages. And he's like, oh, that's interesting to know, alcohol's a depressant and see what it's depressing. I'm like, oh yeah. So
Nick's a beast.
Nick is a beast.
I like this.
Where do you identify as being from? Like, are you like, I'm a SoCal person, or I'm like
Hawaii? Yeah, I that's the thing is I kind of go wherever I'm at the moment. But I identify like, I'd probably say Orange County.
So if you win
Hawaii.
an award, you're gonna be like, this is from Orange County.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bring it to the OC.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I mean, it's the best place. Arguable, but OC is amazing.
Would you ever want to go back full time or?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like I split my time there still, but it's hard. Not too much happens there. You got to be up here, you got to be traveling. But yeah, I would love to just like chill in San Clemente, go to Pedro's, go to the beach.
Yeah.
Every day of my life if I could.
It's nice. It's a nice lifestyle.
All right, should we answer some questions?
Yeah.
Chad and JT, Lords of Stoke, major props on everything you do for the community. I feel like you're a prime example and a shining beacon for all the dudes out there trying to better themselves, expand their mind, and refuse to conform to the notions of society. I don't know. You have built a career and a life pursuing your passion along the way. In my eyes, found purpose. This leads me to my question. My brother and I graduated from college a few years ago and are now both living back at home in SoCal, working pretty mundane, run-of-the-mill jobs. He works in software sales and I'm in real estate finance, although neither of us are that hyped about our careers and lack fulfillment. Now, after spending some time in the working world, withering away in an office job all day, the Stoke levels we built during our time in college have been depleted and are running dangerously low. We both aspire to do more, something different, although the burden and obligation of the working life has stripped us of our ness. We often end our days attempting to ease the pain by seeking the devil's lettuce and diving into some form of mindless TV. We know we would rather be creating content and exploring the world, but it feels like society has dictated otherwise. So here's my question. How did you guys break free from the shackles of the man and live the life you intended? What initial steps did you take when you first embarked on this journey yourself? Thank you again for your constant words of positivity and encouragement. You guys have really shown what's possible with hard work, dedication, creativity, courage, and a desire to do good. Sincerely, T.
Damn, that's a question.
This pertains to you as well, since you created.
I mean, I
a
think we
career.
kind of touched on this a bit.
Yeah.
The first thing I'll say, he's asking you guys, but I'll interject my opinion as the woman here.
You're the guest of honor.
Is that both their jobs don't sound bad.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, real estate finance. I was like,
Lucrative.
yeah, I was like, that's a solid job to me. Sales, solid job. I think, probably if they were to apply those skills into something else they maybe more enjoy doing, that'd be great. But also like realizing them being in an office working 8 hours a day is what they're going to have to do no matter if what you're doing, if you're following your passion or not. It's not going to be a 3 hour a day thing. But yeah, I mean, I get it. That's the thing. Like I always followed what I enjoy doing and it happened to work out, but I know that doesn't necessarily happen for everyone. So I'm pretty conscious of that reality. But I mean, what do you guys think on that?
Yeah, I agree with you in a lot of ways. Like, and I think that I was really, really lucky that my parents not only supported me emotionally in pursuing this, but also supported me financially. So it's like, it made it a whole hell of a lot easier. I mean, if
Shout out parents.
Yeah, shout out to my mom and dad. Yeah, I never know what to tell people with this stuff because I'm like, I'm not gonna. You have a good job, so that means a lot.
What I think is interesting though is you take what you know, you take what you're good at. They have this job. Sounds like a probably on paper good job. Maybe they don't enjoy it, but what can you do with your current skill set that you enjoy doing? That's I think the question that needs to be asked.
And if I think also it really doesn't matter what I say. If you're meant to leave that job and do something else, no matter what I say, you're still going to go do that. Like that's already who you are. It's already in your head. You might just need that little tip, but even if I didn't do it, it's coming. I think if you want it, you're going to go for it.
100%. And I also think though, in their situation, start a side business. Start something on the side. Don't leave your job until your side hustle, whether it be creating content, starting a business, doing whatever, test it out. You work full time, you still got the weekend. You still got Saturday, Sunday. If I think something too people need to realize is how important utilizing your free time is and what you utilize it for. Because I have so many friends that have corporate jobs and do blogging on the side, that do a side business, that kill it to a point where eventually then they leave their corporate job and do their own thing. So that's what I think. And it's like, I think figuring out what you like to do, what you're good at, and how to make it financially work for you.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, I definitely agree with the reality of the situation, especially like for like us and stuff. But I'm totally on board with the fact that, you know, it sounds like they want to create content.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have their job, but, you know, they've got to have time on the weekends. There's opportunities to start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they really want to take that route, I mean, for me, like personally, it wasn't like I just sort of like tiptoed into it. I was just like, it was like a certainty in like my heart. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do, no matter what.
You told your dad, you're like,
I was like, I'm like ambassador of Stoke. That's what I just came out of the womb to do. So I think, you know, with any of that kind of stuff, it's got to be a certainty to the point where when you're pursuing it, you're happy sort of regardless of how much success you have or not.
100%. Because a lot of things too, you could be very successful and not make money at it for a while, and then
it's almost guaranteed if you're going into one of the arts or into something like that.
I mean, exactly. So that's the thing. Like, even a lot of my friends who do art and stuff, like, they do their other job to do their passion, which I totally respect as well. Even my friends that surf, it's like I have so many friends that do construction, corporate jobs, and they work to surf, you know, and then they go and do a surf trip. And it's like, you know, maybe they couldn't have made it a pro surfer. Maybe they could have, but their life did a different way. So
I just finished the book about Phil Knight from Nike, and he was working other jobs when he started Nike for like the first 5 years, and turned out great.
Yeah.
What up, dogs? Froder here. I had a chugging contest with Carl and dominated, but here's the sitch. He keyed boner into my car afterwards. Should I continue chugging?
Of course, dude. You got to continue chugging.
Yeah,
I had a friend who upset a girl. Like, he slept with her and like didn't call her back, was rude or whatever, and she keyed an asshole into his car.
Nice.
So he had to come into work every day with just this fat
How
asshole.
long did he wait to get fixed?
You know, it was like I was only at the job for a couple of weeks, so I didn't even know when it got fixed. It might still be there for all I know.
Maybe it's just he's just proud of it. He's like, I am an asshole.
Yeah.
dude, I love that. I think that's
Very Carrie Underwood.
Dude, that's hilarious. It's a very OC story.
But if I did that to somebody, if a girl ghosted me and I carved asshole into her car, that'd still be pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Some girls,
Yeah, dude,
some,
that would be-
I
some
kind of
girl-
think, yeah, that's the
some
thing.
girls
Is like,
driving around and says asshole on her car.
She'd be like, I think I kind of like JT.
Yeah,
now.
I ghosted this guy.
I like that level
Yeah.
of intensity, though.
Yeah.
you
Like,
gotta-
I like that someone cared enough about you.
Right.
Like that's like you know, like maybe they rethink that.
I think about
person.
stuff like that a lot. Like with Taylor Swift, she writes songs about all of her ex-boyfriends, and everyone's like she dated Harry Styles for like a month, and she wrote like 20 songs about him. I'm like, that's amazing. Like the
Yeah.
impact that he had.
Yeah.
And then I would be more afraid of being the guy that she didn't write any songs
Exactly.
about. Yeah.
Like, or like she didn't. I mean,
You
like,
dated for 5 years, don't have a single song about it.
Yeah, like good for this guy. You know. It's
Yeah.
like, good on him. Like he did something right.
Yeah, you must be chugging good if guys are carving boner into your car afterwards.
Yeah.
So I'd say double down on the chugging.
Double down.
It's time to go pro.
What up, legends? I come to you in a dire sitch. I love shredding on 2 wheels, but I'm not on a motorcycle or bike. You guessed it. I shred on a scooter. I got no shame about it. Me and my scooter have a similar relation to Chad to his hair and tan, both of which are fire.
Thank you.
When I go to the skate park, I get looked at all askance, which is a bummer, but so be it. The sitch has escalated, though, and a skater named Rick, who goes by Puck, no lie, threatened to beat my ass for getting in his way, which is BS because I take considerate lines in the bowl. He also lobbed in some offensive remarks about Greek people, of which I am. What should I do?
There's a lot of stuff going on in this question.
Dude, I mean, you know, the first people the revolutionaries were always taken down. You know, I mean, the public you're going to take some hits because you're the first, he's like one of the first guys who's really, you know, taking strides in this sport. So, you know, I'd say feel, you know, be honored that, you know, if people are hating on you, it's because you're doing something right, I think.
Yeah.
So and he says he carves considerable lines. You know, the ethnic slurs, I think, are a little over the top, so I'd maybe take umbrage with that and just be like, hey, you can call me like a boner or something, but, you know, leave that out of it. But I'm going to scoot regardless, dude.
Fire.
I think you said it perfectly.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anastasia, do you want to stay with us while we do our beefs, babes, and beef babe of the week?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I'm staying. Like I said, I'm making the most. I'm probably going to go to Walgreens and then see where the day takes me. I'm going to get to Erewhon. I'm going to be the Erewhon Don.
Oh, nice.
It's tough. That's a very coveted position.
That is
There's a hierarchy at the Erewhon that I go to.
Really?
Yeah. There's people who run the show, and I admire the hell out of them.
I'll see this.
You will. Yeah. All right. We'll go first so you can
Okay.
formulate. Chad, who is your beef of the week?
My beef of the week, sorry to be crude here, is my bladder. In my family, we're known for having small bladders. So, you know, I do have to, you know, hit the hay. I want people to think I'm diabetic, but, you know, a fair amount. And, you know, it gets in the way. I had to go pee. Although I do drink a lot of liquids. I don't know. I was struggling to come up with a beef, and I had to pee, so I'm like, my beef is with my bladder right now because I have to pee. So, what up, bladder? Like, just like tighten. Maybe I should do Kegel stuff. But you know, you interrupt movies. I have to pull over for drives, you know, to the gas station, and you interrupt conversations. So I'd say, you know, be a little more cognizant of my activities. This is to my bladder. Be a little more cognizant of my activities and try and, you know, say what up when it's not mid-conversation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I mean, I was sitting here, you had to go pee, and I was a little bit like, whoa.
Yeah.
I got to go pee pretty soon, too, though.
I can hold it forever, so
Oh, really?
I have
That's
no beef.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my family.
Like right now, like I'm not going to get up and go pee. So I get that beef.
I get
is real.
ants in my pants, too, and I just want to hop out for a second.
Yeah, I think I have a little bit of that too. If we're about to like go on stage or something, I have to pee like 10 times, and it's
Really?
it's all psychological. It's not.
You are very hydrated, too.
I am hydrated.
See,
Yeah.
that's my problem. I'm dehydrated probably.
You got to drink the water. It's the number one thing all my doctor... Your doctor, soon-to-be hubby, he must be telling you to...
Yeah, he tells me stuff all the time. I don't listen.
That's good. Yeah.
It's kind of like a dad. It's like, oh.
I'm the
Yeah.
same way. If someone's like telling me what to do, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah, I'm
not
going to
doing
rebel.
that.
Yeah, I'm not going to drink water. I'm going to drink coffee and
I'll do it
dehydrate
when you're
myself.
not around.
I drink
Yeah.
my thing is I drink so much coffee that it's just like,
I love coffee.
who doesn't?
My beef...
Some people.
Sorry. My beef of the week is the Indian WhatsApp lynchings. It's a spate of mob-related violence and killings following the spread of rumors primarily related to child abduction and organ harvesting via the WhatsApp message service. So in India, people have been sending around fake messages on WhatsApp that gain a lot of momentum within the community that someone abducted a child, and then without any due process, they're killing some of these people. And it's just not fucking cool. All right? Should not be doing that. And,
Damn.
Yeah. And it's further complicated because WhatsApp in India has actually been used to stop a lot of child abductions.
Wow.
Yeah. So
When did this start? Like,
2017.
okay.
So it's been around for a bit, but I just hadn't heard about it. And I guess like kind of mob violence and vigilante justice has been an issue in some of the like interior places in India, but they're mostly localized events. But now it's like kind of spreading like a contagion.
Like it's going viral.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like, okay, let's get together and
Yeah, and it's a good example of just people being irrational and fueled up with energy about something that they haven't really thought about all the way through.
Wow.
So just not chill. So that's my beef
that
of
is
the week.
not chill. I mean, it sounds like, you know, we have Nextdoor here. If you guys ever go on Nextdoor app, there's a lot of neighborhood.
Oh, is that like a crime reporting one?
Yeah, it's crime. It's missing animals. It's missing, you know, people selling. It's everything. And then there's another one, Citizen.
Have you ever stolen something?
No.
You've never stolen something your whole
I
life?
mean, maybe. I don't know. Like,
From like a store or something?
no. But like,
Respect.
it's like, this is a typical post on Nextdoor app. Missing cat. My cat ran away. Find my cat, whatever. Missing cat, reward. Then the cats come back. And then there's like conversations about people seeing the missing cat other places. Like, oh, I thought I saw a cat, posting a picture. It looks nothing like the cat. And then someone starts fighting with that person. Like, are you stupid? Did you not look at the first picture and see what the missing cat looks like? And then they get in a whole confrontation. So it's a lot of like people, it's almost like Facebook, but its own fighting realm where people will then just start commenting their opinions. Or like, let's say like there's a broken street light. Like someone will be like, well, there shouldn't even be a street light there, or can't believe they don't have a stop sign. And then people will fight with each other on it or discuss.
Right.
But it's these community groups. Basically, it's like a community group chat.
Yeah, my
with
girlfriend
strangers.
got a text the other day from like one of those services, and it was like, man with knife, 100 feet, reported
That's-
100 feet from you. I'm like,
That's
I don't wanna
Citizen, I
know.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my friends are getting those alerts too. I don't do that one because that one seems scary. But that one's like you get the alerts of like things, but it's informative. But again, it's like at what point it's like, oh, I saw, guy with blue jean deli hat on, somewhere doing something, and then there happens to be someone with a blue jean deli hat on, and someone confronts, and like the situation you're saying is like not chill.
I would never do anything.
I was just using that as an example because you had the hat on.
I stole when I was young.
Okay.
That's why I was asking you. Yeah.
So you might get on that app.
Yeah, I might for stealing a book from Barnes & Noble. But
Yeah.
then you return it when you're done. But you don't even need to do that because if you return it within 2 weeks on
Dude,
red, they give you a refund.
Really?
Yeah, but it has to be on red, but they don't quiz you.
Oh. That's good.
Yeah.
Library.
Yeah.
I stole a tanning bed sesh, but I don't think it's on record.
Yeah, when you said stole, I was like, okay, what have I like been at a restaurant and like them not ring up all my drinks and me not say anything? Sure.
I appreciate you
Like,
admitting that.
Yeah, like, but did I like go in there and like rob?
Intentionally try
Yeah, like was I like ill intent?
Yeah, for sure. Chad, who is your babe of the week?
Wait, I didn't get to say.
Oh,
my
I'm so
beef.
sorry. Oh man, my bad.
My beef is you.
What?
Now for just forgetting that I had a beef of the week.
Nice.
I deserve it.
Because actually I was like, shit. I was kind of glad. I was like, did I just steal this one? Like, did I just steal? He's asked me, I said, maybe he forgot. And I'm like, because I didn't really have any beefs of the week. Like, again, I'm like, life's good. I'm chilling. Like, everything's good. And then when you just passed me over, I was like, okay.
Sorry, I gave you the beef.
Okay.
Or my bad. Chad, who is your babe of the week?
My baby of the week is my Nike running shoes. They've been with me for, gotta say, 6 years. And they have been fire. They have carried me through, I don't even know how many miles of sprints. I mean, I've been using these things. I probably ran across the entire world cumulatively in these shoes.
Damn.
And people are telling me, they're like, dude, you got to get new shoes. You're going to ruin your feet. And I'm like, I can't leave them behind. So, I just want to call them out, make sure that they know that, I care about how much they've done for me. And, like, if I do have to move on to a new pair of shoes, like my Nike running shoes, like, you mean a lot. And you're lime green, and you've toned my calves. You've kept me lean. And you've carried me across a lot of treadmill rubber.
Amen.
Solid.
My babe of the week is Juju Smith-Schuster, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're coming into the season. He's the number one on the depth chart at wide receiver. We're taking over the spot from Antonio Brown, the greatest receiver in Steelers history, and someone who I just don't connect to anymore. And I'm really excited for what Juju Smith-Schuster could do this season. I think he's going to go for 1,500 plus yards and 10 tutties. And this is for the fellas in my fantasy football league. I can't even help it. I got to say it. I'm going after him. So I want him and I'm going to get him. Anastasia, who is your babe of the week?
Again, another one that I'm just a little stumped on. But when I think of babe, I think of my cat. And, you know, we're talking here. We're being open, honest. Babe of the week. Gonna go for my cat, Gloria.
Nice.
She's, you know, I could show you some pics. I was looking at my phone to pull up some pics. She, you know, she's done a lot of like laying around, eating, you know, like cat things. But I mean, she's pretty amazing at the end of the day. I mean, she gave cuddles. She makes biscuits, you know, the cat eating thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's a pretty big babe. I mean, her body type, she's definitely a bit heavier than she probably could be. But she looks good. There's like a photo of the...
Oh, wow. She's so cute.
Yeah, she's a babe,
She's
right?
a star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad to...
Snuggly.
Can she come be a guest on the podcast? I mean, are you...
I like
I would love to
cats.
talk to a cat for 2
Yeah.
hours. I think that'd be... No one's done that before.
Yeah, she's cute, right?
Yeah, she's the new
I'm just
Garfield.
showing a pic of her. Yeah. I mean, that was actually kind of easy for me.
Yeah.
I thought I was like, oh, maybe. No,
Well,
definitely
I
her.
felt it. I could feel the passion and the love.
Yeah. The beef, though, like I was getting, so I'm glad that whole thing just happened.
Yeah.
Chad, who is your legend of the week?
This one's actually kind of sad. But my legend is my buddy Robert, who unfortunately passed about a week ago. I'm not sure if I want to say his last name. But yeah, he was just you know, I've known him since high school and college, and you know, super smart, charismatic, cheerful guy, had a great smile, loved music, was passionate about music and art, and we had some great times together, you know. So I just wanted to honor. Oh, my voice just cracked. Honor him, and I miss you, buddy. And yeah, he was just a great guy, and yeah,
That's
sad
awesome.
moment, but
Damn.
I mean, it's awesome that you're honoring him. I'm sorry that he
yeah, no,
passed.
Yeah.
he's a legend.
That's the thing is like, that's why there's legends.
Yeah,
Because legends don't die.
I love it.
They keep going.
Yeah,
And I mean, you got to remember the ledge status.
yeah,
That
he
actually
lives on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, sorry to bring it down, guys, but
No, not at all, man. That
No, it
actually-
just got
that-
me thinking. I was
that-
like,
yeah.
damn, ledge status is like real.
yeah, you know, I had to honor him. He's a great guy, and
You do it? Did you do a paddle out? Are you gonna do the paddle out?
no, he's from New York, so I don't think anyone else.
No, but you
would-
gotta do a paddle out for him regardless.
maybe just solo.
Yeah, you know, it's nice to go for a surf and go in the water and just like look at the sun, like, you know, like
Yeah.
do
Just
something.
surf once with him in mind.
Yeah, or do
Yeah.
something like just where you're zen and you're just out in the water thinking of him and think of the good times
Yeah,
and the ledge, the things that,
the ledge status.
yeah, he would have liked that.
I'll do a paddle out.
That actually inspired me because I had a friend who passed, and I haven't talked about it yet. But Payon, my buddy from high school, who was so larger than life, and yeah, it was almost like a person out of folklore. Like, just was one of those guys who was like 15 but looked like 30 and acted like a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like talked about things like a 30-year-old. It was just so far past me. Say yes to being a legend.
That's
That's what Payon did.
I love it. I mean, my legend of the week is, you know, again, I'm kind of drawing blanks on some of these questions, and
We didn't prep you.
yeah, I didn't know, but I like kind of going in and thinking of things on the go. But I gotta say, like, and I don't want you guys to get emotional because we've been doing a lot of emotional things, but I think JT and Chad, you're my
Oh,
legend of the
thank you.
week.
Thank you.
I think our last guest had us as his legend too.
Brad?
Yeah, did he?
I think he did.
Maybe we're just not that creative.
No, it's not that. It's not
No,
that.
it-
But I'll say why I think you guys are ledge. And I've touched on this many times. I had no idea I was gonna get some expensive drink from Erewhon. It's like I mean, that's like alleged status right there. It's like I actually had texted Chad being like, I'm like, I stopped at the gas station. Do you guys want some drinks? Remember, I sent you a text. You pulled up the text to show him, and he was like,
proof.
"Yeah, he got the proof, evidence. Show the evidence. You show him.
Oh,
just to say." And he was like, Chad basically was like, texted me back saying, "Nah,
I'm running late. Deal with it."
no." I said, it didn't go down that way. I said, I wasn't late. I stopped to go get a drink of some water from the gas station, and he said, and I said, "Do you or JT want something?" And he was like, "Nah, we cool. We chill." I'm always stoked when someone buys me a drink, food, something.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
nice.
They thought about you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like how
especially with this, it's like they were like, health is in mind. It's gonna lift
wellness.
your spirits.
Yeah,
It's
like
good hospitality too.
yeah.
My friend Joe, you go to his place, you're just like, you feel taken care of.
Oh,
It's wonderful.
I'll go to this. Does he have like every type of drink and
Yeah, he's
snacks?
got a robust fridge, and then just the feng shui of the living room is like so well designed for kicking it. And my place is not like that. So
Okay.
yeah, I live in a Spartan bachelor pad that has too many fridges stacked on top of each other,
Okay.
which is pretty badass.
Is it filled with Erewhon juices though, or
No.
so this is
Some days,
yeah?
podcast days. Yeah.
Okay.
We also do a quote of the week, Chad. So if you want to, Chad, who is your quote of the week?
Comes from Superbad. No one's gotten a hand job in cargo shorts since Nam.
I love that. My quote of the week is I have two, and my brother just sent them to me. The first one is "Please, sir, don't kick my ass. I'll do anything to get out of a beating," from Detroit Rock City. I love that honesty, at the moment of truth. And then a really big one, and I'm so glad my brother sent this to me. "I wish I knew how to quit you. I wish I knew how to quit you," from Brokeback Mountain.
Beautiful.
A love so powerful, it feels like it could break them. Like you'd almost be better off if you didn't experience it. But in the end, we're all better off that they did.
Man, I don't know if I have a quote of the week.
What is there like a pearl of wisdom that someone gave you throughout your years that you think has been especially valuable?
Sure, but I don't know who said it.
That's
Or
okay.
You could quote yourself.
I don't want to quote myself.
But
But
Could be
I
like,
could.
We don't know who
I'm-
said a lot of
But
stuff.
I don't know who said this, but I like the quote and the mindset of it's a marathon, not a sprint.
I dig it.
Very true.
But I also don't know who said it. Should I just make
I
that
think-
my
I
quote
think
now?
Someone who is slow. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
you should.
A sprinter. No,
Yeah,
A marathon.
not a sprinter.
Yeah, marathon
yeah.
runner.
Damn.
Yeah, I think you should own that now.
But like that's the thing. Does anyone know? Aaron,
Aaron, do you know who said it?
Well, I said what? Which quote?
It's a.
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
That was probably. Oh man,
Tony La
I
Russa?
was trying to think of someone with no legs.
Oh my God.
Colonel Dam. What's his name?
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
But not Tony Robbins or someone. No.
No, I don't think so.
I should have just Googled some stuff with him. Like,
I think it's a great pearl.
I just don't know who said it though.
That's okay.
I think it's kind of one of those quotes that's like it's like universal.
Yeah.
It's
It
like-
popped up out of the ground and just
Yeah.
started floating.
I don't know if anyone owns it.
Nor should anyone.
But that's kind of like, should I own it? Imagine if it's not trademarked. When does this launch?
yeah.
Next
Wednesday.
So like, whew,
All right.
I got some work to do this week.
We are to our last question of the podcast. Thanks again for joining us. It's really
I
nice.
mean, this is special. I got to come back. I'll just come back for the drinks.
We'll
Hell
have them
yeah.
for you. Chad, what is your line of the week for getting after it?
So this comes from that song TikTok by Kesha, where she says,
Bro.
brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. So my getting after is, let's go to dental school with Kesha.
I like it.
I like that a lot. Smart shit. Mine is from a stoker who sent it to me, C. Keeds on Instagram. He had two. I'm just going to do one. He said, who's ready to bring up the sun? Parentheses for when you're ready to rage all night, resulting in the sun having FOMO, therefore coming out to tan your bods.
Wow. So you're like lifting up the sun with your raging. Wow. That's cool.
Take the day off, Apollo.
So, this is again something that I should have thought about before I came here, but I'm here. And I like that you went with like a song lyric, but a song lyric that speaks to me a bit is Katy Perry, Firework. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. You know, I'm just going to leave it at that. But it's like a metaphor as it's like an explosion. Like you're spectacular.
In the sky that everybody can see.
Yeah, like it's
like you're going to be the party.
yeah,
And there's
like,
no embarrassment.
No, it's like you're like it's a leveled lyric.
You're
I love
something
it.
Like
that
there's levels to that lyric.
we
Like,
marvel at you.
yeah, but then like you're there, but you're on display, but then you're doing your thing.
And you're ephemeral too. You don't stay in the sky.
No. And that just kind of hit me when he said song lyric and he brought up Kesha, and I was like, you know, thinking of songs I was listening to, and I thought about that today.
I like picturing a bunch of dudes getting ready to rage, or ladies, and then everyone's just like, "Cause we're fireworks."
Yeah, no, baby, I'm firework.
I love Katy Perry.
Gonna go high, high, high. I think we're
in the sky.
sky. So that song, though, think about it. It gets people amped,
Oh, her early stuff was just like,
I love Katy Perry.
and it's because you know why?
she would take the top off my car even if it was a sedan.
It's like there's levels to that song and that lyric.
For sure. All right.
She's a firework.
She is.
Are we wrapping it up?
I think so, dog.
All right, Anastasia, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you guys
Episode
for having
90
me.
of Going Deep.
Damn,
we-
90.
Yeah, we covered a lot of stuff, but you know, it was deep. It was everything. So
Now I'm like, I should have come for the 100th.
Yeah.
Next, maybe I come back.
next time,
We'd love that.
guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for writing in. Thank you for being